Yo gamers, my name is Isaiah. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make guitar loops without a real guitar. Let's get straight into it. So, I'm going to just turn off all the effects. All the effects right here. It should change. Yeah, so that's just the main melody. It's arpeggiated, so if I bring up the pattern, it's not like one chord. It doesn't all hit in the same time, which makes it feel more realistic. Otherwise, I had it like this. It's more strummed. Alright, and for the next part, we have the bass notes, which just have like a rhythm to it to make it more interesting instead of it just being like chords and piano melody. And if I bring up the pattern, that you can see that all the note lengths are basically different. So this is a different length than that. Makes it feel more realistic instead of it just being like all legato and sticking to each other. So next I have this one, which is the same thing as this, except the chords is strummed differently, which just gives it another layer to it. Oh yeah, and for the plugin that I'm using right now, it's all Ample Guitar SC. It's based off the Stratocaster. It's a really good plugin. What I do inside the plugin, I just turn off the amp and I turn off all these effects because we put effects on it later. And for the next part, we have just one counter melody. I'm gonna solo right now. It doesn't start immediately, which makes it feel more raw, and it has notes sliding into each other, which is good for the counter melody. Alright, and I'm gonna play down this other one, which is the second counter melody, which basically uses the same notes, except higher. And if I go with all the patterns, here's what it sounds like in full without any effects and not pitched down. So you get the idea of what I'm doing. So if I put all the effects down, this is the first effect, which is guitar rig. It gives it more distortion. I'm using this Andy in the Bottle preset and the styles pop. And it just makes it sound more, it makes it sound less artificial, basically. So I have this, it sounds more like a real guitar. For the next effect, I have H reverb. I didn't really mess with it too much. I just put the mix down. That's all I did. Then I put RC20. Uh, but apparently it's not working right now for some reason. So we'll just pretend that this is very legit plugin. Of course, guys, I pay for my plugins. Yeah, I pay for my plugins. It's just not working right now. So I'll just enable it. And I think I gave it distortion, but I can't really see the settings. Oh yeah, so it gave it a little bit of noise, and it gave it a lot of wobble. Makes it sound more nostalgic, if I can say that. So then I add delay, which makes it more full. Then I added EQ, which I'm basically just boosting the low end dynamic EQ, and then I'm boosting the highs. Doesn't really make it sound that much different, but it adds to it. Then I'm using the stereo widening plugin, which just makes it sound more wide and stereo instead of just more mono. Alright, so what I did is I clicked on all of these, and then I rendered this audio clip, and it does it individually, and it makes it neat and like this. So you have all of these. I just split the ends off. So here's what it sounds like. It'll sound the same, but then what I did, I put stretch mode on, and then I think I pitched it down 100 cents, so it sounds like this. So I think you can replicate this with the same plugin. Apple Guitar has good VSTs that replicate guitar. You could also use Contact, but I don't recommend it. Apple Guitar has more dedicated settings instead of Contact. And then what I did from there is I laid out the stems because I put them in a loop. And if you don't have stems in a loop, then what are you doing? Like, get out of here, bozo. Yeah, so I put them in stems, and it made it way easier for anybody when they're making a beat to arrange it the way they want to. So yeah, that's how I make guitar loops without real guitar. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys later.